seeing right now. But this, the whole horizon up ahead of me yonder would make a beautiful picture. You got the moon over yonder, you know, crescent, I think is what they call it. Just a little slim line of the moon. You got your like dark reds and oranges and bluishes and grays and just make a cool little picture the way the sky was looking. I think. I mean, call me old-fashioned. I enjoy the simple things in life, like HD TV and free cable and things like that. Nothing overly complicated. Sun's coming up a little bit more, but I thought, you know, a little ways back there, you know, the sun wasn't quite up as high. Just had that light mixture of, a slight mixture of light in with the darkness. And I thought it was really cool looking. I mean, you still got the darkness, but the light's starting to take over. The guy could probably write a sermon on that somehow. I don't know. But, I mean, it's still pretty sunrise, but I thought it looked really cool back there a little ways. You had the moon and the star, and yeah. Crap, I think I got OJ in front of me. Hey, gun. The topic of loads moving came up in the comment section, specifically steel plates. You know, steel. If a load of steel plate comes loose and it continues through, it can very easily slice through a cab, real easy. But overall, I mean, I've seen pictures of loads of lumber plowed right through a cab. We run headache racks. Is it going to stop a load from coming through the cab? No, but it is an extra barrier to help slow them down. Things I do, if you watch my channel long enough, you know, you'll probably see me cross chain beams quite a bit, whether it's, you know, an X chain across the front of a loaded H style, or you know, just wrapping around the front side of the beam, loaded I beam, you know, I style. And even on my steel plate, it kind of varies how I do it sometimes, but you know, most time I usually have at least one chain going up across the front of the steel plate, depending on the weight and the height and everything else. Another factor I really think about before I start doing things like that is, you know, how thick is the metal? You know, what kind of facility is it going to? Like what I got on right now, chains could easily damage, not just on the front, but just from being on the top, could easily damage what I got on now. It's just roofing tin. It's very thin. I mean, it's thin enough, if you just brush your finger across it, it's going to cut you. So, you know, chaining it is kind of a, I won't say a waste of time, but it could be very costly to you. Ironically, one of the few, I think I've only had a couple loads actually move on me due to hard braking situations. And in this situation, I had a load of roofing material on, similar to what this is, but it was actually a full, I think it was like 42,000 pound load. I had a car whip out in front of me, and I guess they realized that they were about ready to miss a turn, so instead of going on up the road, turning around and coming back, they whipped right out in front of me and slammed on the brakes, which I had to get on my brakes. And when I did, I actually had straps going across the front of it, and it actually cut through the straps that were on the front. And so yeah, these loads here are a little more difficult to do because of how sharp they are, and also how easily damaged they are. Missed the driveway. Almost to Carl's. Almost to Carl's. Dadgum. We got the stoplight down here. Must be working on the bridge. Many of you don't get to see this side of the hill. Let me see here. He's got a big low boy he brings in and out here, so he might be able to make it. Might drop my axle real quick. So I don't run off in the ditch. Alright. Make it a little easier to make this turn in here. Carl's got a day cab with the low boy, but Carl R. Jones excavating. Kind of a tight little driveway coming in. Go from one farm to another. Just like Farming Simulator. Hay bales everywhere. Not really set up for trucks, but he said he gets his low boy turned around right here, so that ain't a big deal. I've seen worse. He runs well, he used to own the company out here. He retired and now his boy runs it, but like I said, I probably would have went to work for him running equipment, but I value friendship too much. To want to work for a guy, you know. All it takes is just one, you know, slip up, and you know, you start feuding when you do that. I feel like an old cow back there. Big old black and white sucker. Calf. Couple of them. Little bull back there. Oh, I smelled some bull crap. Wonder which one of them suckers is the one I had to chase a while back. I think that one went across the road to Mr. Lee. Hey, Cal! Move! See that little cap out there getting on the tit? They gotta go up, turn some paperwork in, and we're gonna head to Tennessee. Well, got my dadgum food. We're ready to hit the road, I guess. Put it in the freezer and go. Backwards. Bad way to haul a car. Bad way to haul a car. Backwards on a tandem trailer. Bad way. Avoid at all costs, and especially, I think that was one of them little Explorer 4-tracks, or whatever they called them. Not a good way to tow a car. Everything's booming with this load, so I suppose we ought to hit the road. Well, the good thing is, looks like the old river's coming up. It's been pretty dry past pretty good while now. It's been dried out. There's a little field down there. Been pretty dry. Old barge going up the river. Looks like the river's making its way back up. Maybe slightly out of the banks a little bit, I don't know. Ducks! See what all's still up here on the river. We've already been across this bridge once. This is the Ohio River. not the Mississippi. The Mississippi is over there. This is Ohio. There was a big old barge sitting right over here on just on the south side of the bridge here. I think that's south. I don't know. There was a big barge sitting there. Right there. He gone. Don't know if it might have floated down and jumped on the Mississippi or headed on up the Ohio River. Really a lot going on in the port of Cairo. Yeah, about right where that barge is sitting down there. That is the southernmost tip of Illinois, and the Mississippi River is just right there. Here we are at the old Mississippi River. The old Cape Girardeau. It's about where, I mean, it's still a little low, but it's about where it ought to be for the most part. Still a little on the low side, I think. Well, I don't know what is going on down south, but I've probably seen 20 or more unmarked vehicles. I would start off just pickup trucks and SUVs, all unmarked, some new, some older. The only thing that identify them is siren and red and blue lights flashing. Just balling down south, and some of them be solo, some of them in a group. And I don't know, the craziest thing I've ever seen, but probably every bit of 20 or more, and just every once in a while I'll see another one going down. I mean, they're just flying down south. I don't know. First, see a couple of them, you're like, well, maybe a drug bust or, maybe an accident. Well, when you got so many going the same direction, and, none of them are marked. None of them have state patrol markings, county, nothing. I don't know. Maybe I'll find out in the news in the next couple weeks. Probably one of them three-letter agencies going down to bust somebody for deleting their pickup truck or something. Who knows? We did, I don't know, 13 miles or something like that. I think we did enough for today. If we went over to Kingdom City, it would probably been an easy 6:30, 6:40. Wasn't like we didn't have time to make it over there. We could have made it, but like I said, just didn't really feel like keep going. So pulled it in here to the Restoria, called it good. Sounded all right to me. So we're gonna get up in the morning, go to Kansas City, unload our booms, go down and get it reloaded with some rock. Once again, a special mission load. Not really a special mission as much as a special load. Going back over to St. Genevieve. We'll probably run through the bottom and trying to make it to Cuba, I guess, be my goal. Just had to see how things work out. But y'all stay safe out there. God bless you. And don't turn Taylor Swift up too loud. Might hurt your eardrums.